you doing, my belly? Hope you're doing well. Today I bring you the very rock metal looking BC Rich Mockingbird STC. And if you're a guitar geek like me, you might recognise it as something very, very similar to that very hairy guy from Stoke-on-Trent, that man Slash played in the kind of 80s and 90s with Guns N' Roses. I always remember from the Use Your Illusions video from Japan, 91, 92, and you see him rocking out on the BC Rich on that. But we'll talk more about that later. But this is a guitar, personally, what I have never really played before. I've never played a guitar with a Floyd, and at first I was like, oh, how's it going to be? But it's actually pretty damn good. I've really enjoyed it. First of all, let's just talk about the construction of the guitar, and then we get to the fun thing of playing and hearing how it sounds. So, plectrum down. Basically, we've got a mahogany body, full-on mahogany body, and it comes in this very cool red, kind of dark reddy rose colour, and you get to see a nice little flame of maple, it looks like, on top of that as well. So a cool mahogany body there, and we've got a set-through neck, no bolt-on going on. So very kind of in the vein again of a Les Paul and stuff like that. And through playing this guitar, I get to understand why Slash, for example, went from BC Rich to Gibson, because they're very similar regarding the feel, you know, apart from the body of course, but with the neck. They're both kind of quite chunky necks. So yeah, set through body there, set through neck there. The tuners are BC Rich die-cast tuners, but I haven't actually touched these at all because, as I've said, it's got a Floyd Rose here, and this is a Floyd Rose Special, and the tune on it is actually pretty good, I must say. I've abused this like no man right now, you know, I've been really trying to, you know, see how much I can abuse it without it going out of tune. And if I'm honest, the only string what goes out of tune a little bit is the 6th string, but that's only after severe whammy bar abuse. So yeah, the other strings are alright. It's usually the 6th string which just goes out a bit, but on the old fine tuners here, it gets them nice and easy, you know. So that's the Floyd Rose, that's the tuning, and then obviously it's 3-peg again, the classic kind of 3-on-3 set design there, and I'm sure I'm doing some sweep over shots of the guitar as I'm speaking right now. There's 24 jumbo frets, so it's nice and easy to get there. You've got obviously a big cutaway here with this very metal point going on, and it's a 24.58 scale length here, so very much again in the vein of similar Gibson. Obviously the hardware's all black, and then we've got all these bad boys going on down here, okay? With BC Riches there seems to be a lot of knobs and buttons. So let me just talk about that and get some sounds happening. So the first thing I should say, this here is a volume knob, obviously, but usually we would associate it with the neck volume at the top there for the neck pickup. Not the case here. It's obviously typecast for guitar players who enjoy the bridge pickup. And so this first volume pot is for the bridge pickup, which kind of gets a bit of getting used to, because I'm so used to, you know, that being the neck pickup and then back here being the bridge for the volume there. But in this case, again, I expect a person who kind of, a player who wants a guitar like this is pretty much going to be sitting on the bridge pickup. I'm assuming that's what BC Rich were thinking though, for ease, for you to get to that bridge pickup volume there. So you've got the bridge pickup volume there, then you've got a standard 3-way affair pickup selector, and then this second knob here is the neck volume control knob, and then we got the master tone for both pickups. So that's where the normally of things stay. Now this big knob here, this switcher here, is a 5-position Veritone filter tone pot. Basically you get different sounds. I don't know how much use you'd have in a live situation, but maybe for studio or something like that you get some cool little sounds happening. And then you got 3 little switches down here. Bottom one is for the bridge pickup, and that gives it a coil tap. The middle one here is neck pickup coil tap. And then the top one here is reverse phase sound, so something when you think of the Peter Green Les Paul when his neck pickup was out for that kind of phase sound. And that's kind of happens when you got both the pickups on, but again I'll get to that all in a bit. Right, let's do some clean sounds. Now also before I start I should say with this 5-position Veritone filter, It basically just gives it more of a duller sound. I pretty much will stay on this far back one, as I think that's the kind of main sound for the guitar. Just so you can hear. It just gets a bit duller, so I'll muck about with it, but pretty much I'm going to leave it there. So here's your neck pickup. That's neck, now let's do bridge. And now both pickups together. Right, let's put a bit of dirt on it. Let's go back to the neck pickup, about this volume. Now I'm going to split the coil for that. Back it back in. Now the bridge pickup, bit of crunch. I did the same split of coil for that, so now it's kind of like a single coil kind of sound. Back up, back to humbucker. So some nice kind of classic rock kind of sounds there, you know. And like I say, I mentioned Slash earlier, and before he was a Les Paul guy, he was a BC Rich guy. I had quite a few of the kind of heavy metal guitar bands of the 80s, but especially BC Rich, so it'd be rude not to do some slashing. is. Right, so let's put both pickups on. And this is the volume on both the pickups at 10. But the cool thing, if I gauge this kind of reverse phase sound, I'll put it on a clean channel for a moment. Really cool kind of sound, bit of dirt on there again. I've been playing that all the time, doing that. So you get a nice little quack there, reverse kind of phase sound, which is really cool. It's a bit different, which is great, you know. What other things I should really put the neck pickup on and then try backing the tone off all the way and see what we get there. It's a really cool, no, not just a rock and metal thing, you know, you can get your bridge pickup. You can do that, but at the same time, put a clean sound on, knock the volume back. You got some nice warm clean sounds happening as well. So some really cool different flavours you can get from quite a metal looking guitar, you know. And of course the Floyd, as I was saying, it does hold its tuning quite well. The 6-string, I say, after a lot of abuse, I've only noticed the 6-string kind of go. But I've got to get used to these controls. But it does kind of do. So there you have it, the BC Rich Mockingbird STC. I'll leave a link below for Rosetti's webpage, and you can check out all the specs and whatnot there for the guitar. I believe it retails for £619, and it just comes in this kind of cool red colour. But I think it's actually, you wouldn't really want to have a guitar. When you think of BC Rich as well, when I think of them anyway, I think of them as being red guitars. I think probably could have Slash, but you know, there you go. But yeah, let us know what you think. Hope you enjoyed. Spread the word as always, and I'll see you next time. Mike Bradley signing out.